Hello and welcome to this session, Strategic Management, Module 2, Session 5. This is the last session for Module 2. We will be dealing with brand challenges and opportunities, and we will have a general overview of the entire module, and then I will I'll post some question banks which you will work on, and with this we will be finishing the module 2 in strategic brand management. Brand challenges and opportunities. So what is the first main challenge? It is both challenge and opportunity. Look at it from that point of view. For example, there is a generic product. You want to convert it into a brand. So what is the challenge? The challenge is you have to bring in aspects that are intangible. Okay, and then you have to spend a lot of money. So this is a opportunity because you are creating a value in a different way, and then you have to spend a lot of money. The second aspect in challenges and opportunities is you have to have a compelling long term vision. If your idea is to wind up, or if your idea is not to expand too rapidly or to stay in the market for a very long time, then branding exercise will not be very fruitful. On the other hand, if you have a long term vision, for example, Times of India, they knew how the media scenario were changing. So from newspaper, they got into television, they got into multimedia platform. Whereas Hindu, which is a newspaper, they never geared up to the new platforms of providing news. So long and compelling view if you have, then you can take that brand forward, and for which you have invested so much of money. Creating new subcategories. So Times, news, then you have radio, then you have serial, entertainment, magazines, then you have publications. Within publications you have Economic Times, Navbharat Times. Like this, the subcategories are huge. So you can play around and then get a leveraging effect from the brand that you have built, the main brand that you have built. Reaching critical mass. So much of money you have to invest, but once that critical mass is reached, then you will start getting good returns for the investment that you have given. Next is building an IMC. Building an integrated marketing platform, especially in the current days, it's very, very challenging because the number of media options are so varied, and bringing in a coherence between all these media is very, very challenging. Like, for instance, outdoor media, and then social media, print media, electronic television media. So bringing in a cohesive communication platform to build the brand is very, very challenging. Digital strategies. Nowadays, many companies, though digital platform has kind of come to stay, they don't have a separate team or people to take care of digital platform. The same person who's taking care of IMC, print advertising, also takes care of digital strategies. But digital strategies monitoring should be in a totally different way. It is like minute to minute, hour to hour you need to have, because news are trending all the time. But many of the companies have still not geared. So that is an opportunity and challenge. Digital strategy and how we are managing it. Internal branding, very important aspect. People will have very good branding exercise for the external people who are customers. But internal people who are working within the organization will say, oh, that company is like so bad. So internal branding is very, very important. They are as important as the customers, people who are working, because nowadays it's multinational and the organizations are so huge with 50,000, 80,000 people working in it, if internal branding is not good, then slowly it will deteriorate. The brand value will deteriorate. So that is the next aspect, is maintaining brand relevance. As and when the time passes, brand will start losing their relevance. So you should keep relaunching it, keep reinventing it, keep putting in new ideas technically, and keep reviving a brand so that it stays relevant to the people. And it's just not enough to create cosmetic changes in the look of the container or anything. Really, it should start giving some kind of meaning, and it's very challenging. Imagine a product like Coke and Pepsi, which really doesn't have much meaning. You have to create a meaning, you have to make it relevant, and you have to keep it going for years together, right? So that is pretty challenging to do. And then the competitors. So as the brand keeps launching, there are many competitors. Once they know that this line is lucrative, many competitors will come to play, and you'll have to keep abreast and then keep your brand equity, brand value higher than them. It is like running a race. You'll have to keep your brand position in number one in terms of awareness, brand equity, and so on and so forth. Yeah. So these are the brand opportunities and brand challenges. First, we have seen creating an intangible asset itself is a challenge. Then your compelling long-term strategy should be very clear, and then creating sub-brand subcategories should be optimal. Reaching critical mass and making people follow you. Building an IMC platform, integrated marketing communication platform. Digital strategies, and having a monitoring platform for that. Then internal branding exercise, and then maintaining brand relevance, leveraging brand assets. So these are some of the challenges and opportunities for branding a product. So now we have the second module is complete. We started off with what is the difference between a product and a brand. Yeah, a generic product and a brand. And then we went along to seeing what is a brand management process. You realize that only this, if you know this single aspect, brand management process, the entire flowchart with all the nomenclatures in it, all the terminologies in it, if you are confident about this, 50% of the entire subject you already know, because this flowchart and all the nomenclatures in it will consist of your entire subject. Once you understand it, everything else will be a repetition of this brand management, strategic brand management process. Yeah, we had seen 11 or 12 different terminologies, and how a brand is being managed at every stage of its existence. Right. The next one is, how do you start with selecting a brand, selecting a brand name. There are certain thumb rules, like what is it that you should follow, and we had some examples as to why certain brands are very exciting and very memorable to people, right? So brand selection. And next aspect that we looked at is brand identity. After the name, identity comes. How there is an identity prism model, and what are the various aspects in that prism model, and how you have to nurture these aspects. Okay, so that is as far as brand identity is concerned. Like a person, a brand also has its own identity, and you have to nurture it and grow it, which is a part of the brand management process. And at the end of it, we discussed certain challenges and opportunities of this branding as an exercise, right? So this is the end of module 2. So again, like the first module, I will give you all a question bank, and please prepare. I have been posting JPJ single slide so that it is easy for you to connect it. So please prepare your notes, and we will start with module 3 very soon. And 3 or 4 session I will be able to finish module 3, which will happen in the next 2 or 3 days. Thank you very much, and all the very best.